we find out one thing and then another thing and another thing. And we, at first, we don't want to believe that. Okay. I didn't want to believe the earth was flat. I didn't want to believe there was a mud flood. I didn't want to believe that there's a jet fuel hoax and that, 900 was an inside job. I didn't want to believe that fucking shit. Okay. But bound and fucking determined to prove that was not true, I did my fucking research.
That's how I got into that shit too.
And I did the due diligence.
Exactly right.
I've read thousands of books, man. I have watched so many videos and listened to so many hours of radio, and I have done my due diligence. I don't talk about this stuff, but I know about it. I know more about 9/11 and JFK than I know about mud flood. Okay, what does that tell you?
Ooh.
I don't talk about that shit.
Then what do you think
It
about
tells me that you're not allowed to speak about that stuff on YouTube or you'll get banned.
No, I don't talk about it because nobody gives a shit.
Beagle, baby, love you, but shut up a sec. Shem.
Oh.
I do love you, I'm sorry. Shem, what do you think about the shape of the earth? That, just for the record.
See, this is the point I'm trying to get to here. I don't know the shape of the earth, which is why.
Oh, he doesn't want to commit.
But hold on. You need to understand where I'm coming from. I lean more towards a flat earth, but the reason I'm trying to say this is because it's up. I believe it's up to people like us to have an open mind in all situations and use our voices to, in our own words, to try to change the minds of people who disagree with us, as opposed to cutting them off completely. So I'm not saying I know the shape of the earth because I've never seen it. I have no way of proving it. I can lead towards one way or the other, but that doesn't mean I'm going to disagree with someone who believes in the globe and cut them out of my life. I'm going to take into consideration what they're saying and apply it to my own theories, everything that's valuable from that, and I'm going to be friends with them. I'm not going to be like, fuck you, you believe in the earth, which is what the community has become.
No. But here's the problem.
Yeah, we say it so often. Is people
hear it? They don't want to do the research.
You've already been told. You've been warned. Shut up.
Around. Cam, you've got the next talk.
You too, Luke. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Now I forgot what I was going to say. It was really good.
I'm not a liberal at all, by the way. I'm definitely not a
lost
liberal.
Control.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. This is the thing, like, questions are better than answers. So, is the answer of, is it flat or round, is that more important than the question of asking, where do we live? What is this reality? Have we been lied to? And this is what all these arguments that we see popping up through our little community are. They're all about, I'm right, you're wrong. They're all about the answer. The questions are more important than the answers. That's the way I see it. They are. And everyone's focusing on the answers, which most of them we can't prove, so they're false.
And right, you know what?
Okay, last year, around in January, I was hearing about one of the meltologist researchers, and I asked to have an interview with them, and it didn't work out for who knows what reason.
Did you say meltologist?
Meltologist. Okay.
Very good. Well done.
And
thank you.
So
I know that must have been hard.
And in preparation for this interview, I started looking into this channel and their work, and I started noticing that one of the things they were talking about was cobblestone brick roads are actually melted brick roads. And so I looked into that and I thought, wait a minute, that's bullshit. And so I asked about that and I couldn't get a response. And so I made a video about it, and that really pissed them off. And so the more I tried to ask, the more they got pissed off, the more they started attacking me. And so then I just went at them and started picking apart their research. But the more I picked it apart, the more I destroyed them, the more they fought me. And there was no conversation back and forth, but I was pounding out and slamming their research, but they were just attacking me.
I agree with you, but think about the long game. The people who, if you entertain the idea that people control our world today, they have a manual of how they've been doing this, and they do slow steps to get to their goal. They don't care if they're alive when their goal is accomplished. So your mindset in that situation, in my opinion, you don't have to do this. I'm just some random fucking guy. But my opinion is your mindset in the situation should be to take the high road. That way, anyone who watches that later can see that you took the high road and you shared information. All those people will be affected. That guy that you're arguing with, he might come around later at some point in the future. That's not on you. You tried, you know what I mean? So don't lower yourself to his level, especially when we're trying to fight against these incredibly powerful people who destroyed our world. You know what I mean? We're fighting a battle against some crazy ass people if they actually exist.
Okay, 10,000 subscribers, I'll become a flat earther. But if we don't get to 10,000, Cam is becoming a round earther. That's how that works.
Look, I don't.
And yes, I do watch.
I don't care if people are a flat earther or a glober or a hollow earther. I don't care about that. What I care about is, have you looked and done the research into these theories? If you have not, then why do you believe what you believe?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a globe? Have you been up there and looked? No.
A lot of my globe earth theory is from the fact I feel like I'm not qualified to make it. And and again, like I said to you before, a lot of like my theories and world beliefs, just like the cognitive dissonance, would have to, you know, go out the window with that. So, you know, I'd prefer to, you know, but like I said, I'd be happy. It's not like I'd sit here if I found out it was flat.
Okay, I'm not the person to convert you to a flat earther, but I'm gonna fuck with you. Okay, I want you to rent a helicopter. Okay, and I want you to take the helicopter straight up in the air. I want you to hover for 30 minutes, and I want you to land, and I want you to tell me, where did you land?
I mean, right. Well, that's hypothetical. Hey, look, I don't.
People are unsubbing from you because you're not a flat earther.
He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be a flat earther. It has nothing to do with the information.
A stick in, you know, in the ground in Egypt, another stick in the ground here, and I can do all that. The point is no point talking about like hypothetical experiments in a conversation. We have different points of view. The point that I was coming to about it was I'd be fine to be a flat earther. It wouldn't break my world. I'd find it funny if someone went, you know, the world's flat. I'd be like, fucking knew it, like typical, like, you know, like. It would be, wouldn't it? You know, it just fucking would be. Out of all the conspiracies, they'd be like, oh, 9/11, no, that wasn't real. Fucking, you know, oh, the Panama Papers, that wasn't real. But Flat Earth, that one was. You'd be like, oh, fuck. You know? And I don't care. I don't care what the shape of the Earth that is. But the point is that, like, this is division. The fact that we're even having to sit here and argue, and there'll be people watching thinking that I'm an idiot for believing not believing in Flat Earth. There'll be people thinking you're an idiot for believing in Flat Earth.
No, it's not an idiot for believing in one or the other.
I'm not an idiot because I said the question's more important. I'd sidestep that.
Have you asked the question, like Campbell was saying? Have you looked into it and actually done the research? Because if you haven't, why not?
Well,
the point I'm trying to make. Well, is it? Well, when you say the research,
no, Beagle has a fair point, but at the same time, it's just. Luke is looking into different subjects right now, and I guess what he's sharing with us has nothing to do with the
that's the other
thing.
Matter.
That's true too, yeah.
And you hear that a lot, don't you? Is like they need to look into Flat Earth. They need to look into Flat Earth, but people are going to look into what you know. They don't actually have to stop what they're interested in because you tell them to look into Flat Earth. That's a thing I hear a lot, which is just
no. But there's certain things that we as researchers need to know about. And those things we at least should peek under the veil and see what's there. I mean, we know what the things we need to look into.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah.
Well, right. So
we have a responsibility to the viewers, to the community. People are looking at us for answers. Now we don't have them, but at least we should have something to give them. We should have at least done our due diligence.
When I was like, before I got involved in this, there was a guy you might have seen him. He's called like Divergent. Have you seen Divergent? He's got like videos. Yeah, right. I remember watching his videos and being like, whoa, this mud flood is amazing. I need to research this. And then he mentioned Flat Earth, and I was like, fuck that. Right? I'm not saying that's how I think now, but that's how you think when you're in the mode. And that's how most people do this, right? They'll be coming in.
The same with Hollow Earth and Flat Earth years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's like fishing, right? You're reeling it in, you reel too fast and it snaps, right? And if they're coming in and you know, hit Flat Earth, you think, oh, I'm not being part of that. I'm out. And they'll throw away everything. They won't listen to a word you have to say, right? And which is fair enough because they've been told for years that, you know, people that believe in this are idiots or believe crazy shit or believe that. So they've been told to diverge away. The same with, you know, COVID and stuff, right?
So we're supposed to keep our mouth shut?
Well, not necessarily.
No, definitely not.
to keep people appeased. Fuck them.
No, not necessarily. But what I'm saying is, like, from my point of view, I don't bring up flat Earth. I just talk about history, right? It doesn't matter, right? If you guys bring it up, then it comes to serve. It has to. But like, I don't. I just talk about history and what's this Tartari, this that.
No. You're just getting started.
And Tartari is an easier way in as well to people's minds, because it's not like history's not as ingrained as the globe, right? So it's.
Beagle, I agree that you should
really
share, share the information with people and make it available to them. The only thing we disagree on is I think you have more of a aggressive approach to the people who disagree about that issue. Like the way I would put it for you, which doesn't matter once again, but I would say, like, just try to consider where they're coming from. If you really are truly trying to convince people to come to the side, then try to understand.
I stayed off the internet for 10 years, okay, because I wanted that. I used to have an internet business, and the internet consumed my life. So when I woke up, I got rid of the internet. I went dark for 10 years. It was fucking wonderful. Now, when I come back, you guys have come up with all these, politically correct rules as to how you act and interact with people on the internet. But see, I'm old school. When we have a problem with something, we speak up. We get in a conversation. We speak our minds. We don't like tiptoe around people. We say, hey, I don't agree with you, and this is why.
Tiptoeing, like, right? So when I talk
about a different way.
I agree with that.
Right, the tips of buildings in fucking Astrakhan, right? They could be Antiquitect, they could be just Christian monuments, they could be whatever, right? So I don't sit there and say, this is what it is. I just say, this is what it could be. What do you think? And it's exactly the same with flat. If you want to think the Earth's flat, that's for you. And I've learned for myself to not judge others based on their opinions, because like I said with Divergent, if I'd have turned his videos off, I wouldn't have learned a lot, right? We have different opinions, and we all have no information. I've got information that you don't know, and you've got information I don't know, right?
Here's the problem, though. I have a problem when I'm sitting there knowing that something you're saying is wrong. I'm not talking about flat Earth. I'm talking about there's other topics. Okay, here's an example. One time, Spartan Red, the meltologist, okay, he was saying that a building was a melted building, and I went and did the research, and clear as fuck, it was an art project that was built in Paris. And I showed the
was that the one with the bricks walls coming down onto the ground?
And he swore up and down I was full of shit. And I mean, come on.
But all you can do in that situation is take the high road, though, because that's what divides us from the elites and like the community that we're fighting against, the mainstream narrative that we're fighting against. That's how they behave. They're the ones who cancel other people. They're the ones who censor other people. They're the ones who.
If I've got better information than you, how do I get you to see it? How?
You don't. You do what you can, man. That's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you believe reality is. Like, you just do what you can do, and then you hope people see it. If you put your energy and your effort into it, that's all you can really do.
By that logic,
it sucks. That's just reality.
Bullshit.
Fucking not believing in it, because the point is that I'm bringing people to the same table, to the same topics that don't believe in it. So the people that hear you say flat Earth and be like, fuck that, I'm bringing them in by being like, nah, I don't believe in that, but this is this, right? Like, already I've had people messaging saying like, oh, I agree that I don't believe in that either. So I'm glad, because if they heard that I believed in that,
that's not the one.
And that's fine. The point is, it's okay. If you want to believe in one thing, that's cool. But the point is, bringing everyone to the table is good, because if someone doesn't, they can come to me and get my opinion, which is, oh, well, I do think it's round, but I also agree on all these other things about,
Sorry, you just showed it.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Exactly. Right. You can only do what you can do and put the information out there.
That's the one. He was saying that as a melted building. It is a steel frame structure. I have shown pictures of the inside of that thing being torn down.
Pulled out by the facade. It's not red brick.
But all you can do in that situation is point out the flaws in his theory and share it. And then after that, you've done what you can, man. There's nothing more you can do. Obviously, his ego plays a role in it. You know what I'm saying? His ego is preventing him from knowing the truth because he's worried about clickbait or whatever else.
I just moved on because with the meltology, I realized that these people were so freaking had their heads so far up their ass that it was just not even worth it. So I just moved on and just, I figured, if you've ever seen the movie Super Troopers and they go in, they say, okay, you deal with the fucking hog, and they walk out. And that's what I did. I was like, you deal with the hog. I mean, I've tried, and you know, it's just not worth the time anymore. You deal with it. Yeah, I mean, you know, but I don't know. It's frustrating.
Right, but the way that the enemy works, and this is the same with COVID. I don't want to say because I don't want to get demonetized or whatever, but it's the same the way that it works. It doesn't matter about who's right or wrong. It's about painting an image. So, for example, with Flat Earth, they've worked very hard to make flat earthers look like idiots, right?
Sure.
With Netflix programs, etc. Right? So there's two ways to look at it. One is they've made made them look like idiots because it's the truth, which again I'm fine to accept if that was the case. Or two is, which is exactly what they do. They get into the group. So the CIA dude gets into our group and then he starts spitting in your ear little things that he wants you to put out. And it's the same with, if you think of like Simon Dan, right? The guy.
I don't even think they bother with it anymore. I think we're past all that. They don't care.
No, you honestly don't understand how deep this shit goes. Simon Dan, for example, like the normal dude, he's a real guy. He has his own channel, but what you won't realize is that it'll be someone nearby to him, giving him little ideas that's been helping his channel, that's been boosting his numbers, and it'll just be a friend.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he won't realize it's just a friend, but a friend is going, "Oh, you should do a video on this. Oh, I've just seen this video. You should do that." And to him, he won't realize that he's got an actual agent telling him what to do.
Sure.
And that happens in every group. It's celebrities. A celebrity gets it. Someone gets in the group telling them what to do, which film to go for, and it's literally like CIA or fucking something higher. And the same thing. So with Flat Earth,
absolutely, yeah.
That's what Flat Earth is, though. It's the divisive topic that might turn away the average person from listening to you because they think, "Oh, I can't agree with a flat earther." Right?
I don't care. That's not my loss.
What I'm saying is that's what they've done, right? That's what they've done by creating an atmosphere.
Here's the thing. I'm going to speak my truth, and if you get it, fine. If you don't, fine. I'm not going to pander to and pussyfoot around and not tell you what I believe and what I think, because then I'm just holding back and I'm not sharing everything I know. So if you don't like it, that's okay. Move the fuck on.
You're farming.
If you do, great.
Can I ask you a question? If someone does your farming, how do you get your hogs into the pen? Do you go in and just fucking throw them? Or do you guide them? Or what? Do you have a system? Do you ease them in? Or
no, you gotta okay, let's say they're on a trailer. You got to put like plywood up and build a barrier so you kind of got them into that.
Right.
So why do you want the people that you disagree with to go away? Is the point at the end of that? No.
I wasn't saying go away. I was saying guiding them to the truth.
Exactly. No. He said fuck off if they don't agree with them. You know what I mean?
No, fuck off. Oh, right. Sorry.
I'm not going to spend my time trying to make someone believe me. Okay. If you don't believe me, fine. I'm not going to be upset, or I'm not going to try to chase you down and say, "No, come back, please. I've got some information you need."
No, don't do that. But
if you don't get it, and if you come to me and you go, "Oh my gosh, this nut's talking about flat Earth. I can't have that. I'm going to go find somebody that talks about mud flood and globe Earth." Well, go find them.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, people might appreciate that you're looking out for that. As in, people might think "Oh shit, this guy believes something different, but he understands that I don't, and he still cares that I'm here to listen." And I think that's the difference. It's not about you pandering. It's about you saying "Look, I get it. You think that what I'm saying is crazy, but I still want you to hear."
Also, like a bull in a china.
So the question is, should we get Dave Weiss onto Flat Smack Luke?
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, man. Look, Dave Weiss, he's the man.
Cambell is the thing. A very gentle soul.
We're losing people watching this.
Back again.
What?
And you're all wrong. It's trash can Earth model. All right, I proved it, and
it is. We've got the video. We have the video. Trash can Earth.
And with that rude interruption, I would just like to interject that it's all about just putting facts and ideas forward in my model, and that I don't try to convince anyone of any sort of belief, and I myself don't even know a lot of the time with a lot of the ideas or the presenter's ideas if it is the case or not. It's just an open discussion of the informations, these evidences, and the research. And as John Levi always says, I don't know, so you're just spitballing here.
I don't know. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
when I first started
and as
making
far as
videos,
flat Earth,
I
still see.
I wanted to see if the rest of the world saw the same thing, and if they did, I looked at more, and I saw
originally
more
I would be triggered by flat Earth material, and after being immersed in your guys' community and all of the evidence you have presented over the last couple of years working with you, it's like I now can no longer say that I can 100% prove or believe that the Earth is spherical or flat, because both models actually work 100%. You can't disprove either, and you can prove both, so that really nobody freaking knows. It could be a trash can, it could be a toilet bowl Earth, it could be a toroid, it could be a sphere, it could be a disc plane. We don't know, and the people that do know are intentionally not showing us or providing us the evidence, and that a polar expedition to the north and to the south are the only way that humanity is going to both unite and figure out that aspect, as well as what's hidden there, because regardless, there's the hidden history, the hidden lands, and the hidden information that will verify it all.
Right, yeah, just to clarify, so if what you said about it being flat or round, right, they can be both, right? It can be both, right? And there's nothing, right? If we live in a simulation,
Luke, I agree. I've come to multiverse understanding, and that
creators.
And simulation is another one of those multiverse dimensions.
Exactly,
and essentially all of them.
That's the thing. It is
power of projection. There's 25% of people believing it's flat. 25.
And the reason he did that is because some folks can take the lower truths and some folks can take the higher truths. My lower truth is that the Earth is flat. My higher truth is it's all a simulation.
Right. Well, it's all of them simultaneously.
I mean, well, to be fair, mathematics
in a simulation, yes,
mathematics,
it's possible. Anything's possible.
Right? Mathematics tells you you're in a simulation, because if in the universe one single person gets the ability to simulate the universe, right, then that means in his simulated universe that one person will simulate a universe, and that becomes exponential, which means there is a infinity to one chance that you're in the original real universe. You're more likely to be in a simulation than the real one.
Well, and that there's a chance there are multiple universes, timelines converged into one at this point, that we could actually, you got like Campbell and Biggs, you both could be literally on a disk sphere on the same, interacting in the same multi-dimensional matrix as us, and for someone else could be on a toroid, someone else could be on a sphere, who the F knows, but it could be all of them simultaneously. We can't prove otherwise.
Exactly.
Could be. Yep.
We see through our perspective. We don't all see the same thing. We don't. And that's what people think. They think that we all see the same thing, and they spend all this time trying to say,
look, on the evidence of one specific one and research it and prove it, it proves to be the case, so that no matter what, all of them prove to be real simultaneously.
I hate to bring this guy up, but he had a very good point. Tekashi 69, okay, he was explaining his name the other day, and he was saying if you put a 69 on the ground and I'm looking from one angle and you're looking from the other, I see 69 and you see 96. Which one of us is correct?
Both
that's
are.
The meaning of my name. That's what he explained. He was right.
It's the person who's standing to the. It's clearly two fish when you're standing to the west. I mean, come on, it's a Christian symbol. What are you talking about, Bagel?
Okay.
Well, I mean that my birthday's 6/9.
Oh, that's Pisces.
my birthday.
Yeah, you said Illuminati confirmed. I said that sounds like a fun time.
Well, you know, the actual number of creation is supposed to be 6, isn't it? Wait, it's 6 and
7
9.
days of creation.
Upside down. But well,
worlds. Yeah, worlds. Yeah.
When I'm doing heavy DMT, I see the world as just 6s, and I think that is science enough. You know, don't need any science past that.
Illuminati confirmed.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Illuminati confirmed.
He's come out to us. And 9, of course, is the God number, right? Everything equals 9. 9 equals itself. You can do whatever you want with 9, and you get 9.
Just don't say 19 to
and of
David
course,
Ewing.
666 is 18, which is 9. So I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? It's all 9s. It's not 19. It's 9.
What was it that Tesla said? What was the quote? Everything is what? Bernie?
When you understand. When you understand that everything is
to the universe and frequency, vibration, and energy, or some shit.
Hey, the original.
There's a 369 one as well. I think it's like 369 is the key to the universe or something.
Yes, that's more like it. Yeah.
Right, what's that? Hey, yo, guys, the original 666 was actually 616, right? Which is the number that the Marvel universe gave to our universe. It's universe 616, right? Which is the
Marvel
original
universe. Really?
Yeah, in Marvel.
So it's basically an area code.
But yeah, but
so we're just an area code on the Marvel buddy telephone.
Yep, and we
live
in the
WhatsApp thing.
Big up, Jay.
Yes. Hey, Jay Dreamers, how you doing? So we've been going for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and we seem to have gone sideways beyond belief.
I'm so glad we looked at that.
Straight sideways, all the way into trash can Earth. And one last point on that is you look at Stellium Titan research and all of that, and it seems to be also proving that the tribal or shamanistic views the North American indigenous being on a turtle, elephants on top of a turtle, and that these giant elephants could potentially be it. So who really knows? We could be on a turtle in the sea of the waters above.
Hypothetically, if you had a flat dimension and then you introduced multi-dimensions, if you just did that in 360 degrees, you just end up with a multi-dimensional sphere again.
Right? And so the one-dimensional plane is a moment of time which does exist. Like that dimension is for each moment from every person's perspective. And that I'm believing in putting together
and you have the problem because it doesn't contain space, and you have to hit the third dimension which has to contain space. So where did the space come from?
You got it. And then you combine them and you get into a higher one and you start interacting with more and you get into these higher dimensions. But that the key breakdown of these one dimension disk planes, it goes into the portals and the lunar and solar eclipses and equinoxes, and I feel that it might be a way to travel sideways between them, but that's going way too woo-woo to try to go into right now, 3 hours deep, and I'll talk about that another day.
Well, guys, I think Campbell he's about tired of us, so let's give him a break for today.
I agree.
And we can
Thank you very
always
much for being on my channel, guys. I really
thank
appreciate
you all
it.
for being here.
Historia and subscribe.
Yes, and you'll find the link to Ancient Historia. Link
subscribe
to Historia in the description.
Autodidactic 2, Spiral Up, Stuff Beaks 2, Tartarian Truth TV, Burn Eye, and Crypto Alchemist.
Don't subscribe.
Don't forget your mother as well. She was lovely.
And thank you.
Yes.
And you're
yes.
And
Mrs. Bernie.
all invited back for Tuesday's Valentine's date with Dutch Synths that will be happening. So I'm going to be scheduling that. And Cam Biggs, Luke, I think Shem should be invited into the Alternative History WhatsApp group if you guys agree.
Cam.
No, I don't have WhatsApp.
No,
so
with that kind of haircut.
You
don't have to. He'll see all the stuff. If he scrolls back, he's going to find what Beads was saying a month ago.
GoFundMe.
It's all
get
good. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
We will shave Shem live on camera.
No, I'll never shave.
Shame shit. Yeah, exactly. So if you want us to do things, if you want to see, a nipple or, a shirtless person, just give us money. We're cheap.
Yeah,
we will sell out.
I still have the offer. If someone's willing to pay $1 million, I will do what it takes on OnlyCam to create a homunculus experiment into a jar.
100,000 subs.
Bernie, like that. That's not how you say it. You've got to say
$1 million
someone's willing to pay $1 million. Oh my God, Luke's doing it. He's doing it for free. Oh my God, I'm losing control. Everyone wants to be an OnlyCam.
Damn.
Someone is cheap, Luke.
Oh my God, we love you all. Have an amazing day.
Have a good night.
In the description.
Thanks, guys.
Bye bye.
It's time to kick it old school.